Welcome to Explore Analytics. Today we're going to talk about why mature IT security requires analytics. The reason why IT security requires analytics to be a mature process is because you have a wealth of IT security data at your fingertips, and it's maybe scattered across a number of tables. For example, if you're using ServiceNow, there's security incidents, there's assets and CMDB items, and then there's the IT processes of incident, problem, and change. And in order to really be able to drive a mature process, you're going to need to be able to get the most out of all this data. Today we're going to talk about a few different use cases about why mature IT security requires analytics so that you can really understand why, if you're not using analytics today, your IT security is really leaving a lot of potential value on the table. First, one of the reasons that analytics can support an IT security process is because you can use real-time dashboards to drive your user behavior. So as folks are working on security incidents, you want operational dashboards that really drive action. Rather than having just some simple pie charts and bar charts, these are examples of reports that are focusing the attention of your team on urgent tasks that require action by sorting them by age and guiding users to actually drive improved performance on your key performance indicators. So for example, one organization that we worked with decided that it wanted to tackle stale and overdue tasks. By creating a real-time drillable dashboard where you could drill through and take action on the specific security incidents in the report, they were able to reduce the amount of tasks that hadn't been actioned within 30 days by 30%. So you can see that by driving these users' behavior with real-time dashboards, you can get much more responsive and efficient IT security processes. Secondly, analytics can really help you analyze security threats on the fly. By having a tool that allows you to, with simple drag and drops, do advanced and deeper levels of reporting, you'll be able to get more insight from the wealth of data you have today. So for example, synthesizing data across tables and different data sources, or using advanced calculations and visualizations to get more out of your data. So being able to do averages and projections and see the trends underlying the individual bits of data, that's what really will allow you to get more out of the data that you have today. And the last use case we'll talk about today is having up-to-date critical reference data. In order to have an IT security management process that's really mature, you really need to be able to rely on the data that you have that's going into the analytics and going into the processes. And we'll actually show an example of how an operational dashboard can actually drive better data management. We have a pre-built CMDB data quality application that allow users to really take a hold of managing their data. So with these three different approaches, you can see that an IT security management organization is really has one arm tied behind its back if it's not able to use analytics and reporting to support those processes. So let's put it all together by looking at an example of some dashboards. So now we're going to take a look at a security operations dashboard. This is an example that could be through Explore Analytics or displayed through ServiceNow that a security operations analyst or manager would be looking through to really get a sense of what's going on. I'm starting with this tab of KPIs where I can see, what are the large-scale trends going on. The average age of the currently open security incidents, how often they're being reassigned from person to person or group to group, how many security incidents there are per security manager, and the median time to resolve those. So what I'm seeing here is that right now we actually have a lot that have been open for a while, but generally speaking, we've been able to usually resolve these in a fairly quick manner. And I can see what's going on today versus the average. So, it's almost noon where I am. So, today we've had 33 security incidents. On a typical day, we only have 12. And I can see that it was a little bit worse at night. So this might alert me to the fact that maybe there's some larger scale issue going on, right? Maybe there's something that's currently in progress that I really need to tackle. So we're using both, KPI trends and real-time data to get a sense of what's going on right now. And I have the ability at any point to drill through to the data that's underlying this report. So if I click here and say I want to drill through to view details, it's going to take me to that list of security incidents, and then I can pop it open and I'm going to be looking directly at the record and I can take action on that. So in addition to looking at these KPIs, you could also provide a business owner service focused view to the business service owner. So here I again have all these different business services, and I can see, what are the security incidents that are associated with my business services and how long have they been open. I can see the trend information on, kind of what's been going on there. So it's very easy for me as a business service owner to see everything at a glance. Lastly, we can see examples of doing some analysis. So again, looking across different information to be able to get further insights. So here I have a report that's showing me the number of security incidents per asset by model. So I can see, for example, a vast majority of our security incidents are associated with an asset model that's showing up in our network where we don't even know what model it is, which is unsurprising. That would definitely be a place I would be looking to. And it's looking at how many incidents there are versus how many we actually have to see, what's the average number of incidents. That way I can compare, this model of a Dell, we're typically getting 10 security incidents per Dell, whereas if I was to be looking at these Lenovo ThinkStations, we're actually having less security incidents associated with them. So I can start to think about what would be the most secure in my environment. All of these different ways of looking at the data and having that analysis really takes things to the next step. So that's talking about the ability of driving user behavior with real-time dashboards and analyzing security threats on the fly. But with this other example of our pre-built CMDB data quality dashboard, I can see how we can also update critical reference data. So here we're talking about the CMDB and making sure that its data is secure, and I can see here, how are we doing on the completeness, on completing certification tasks, how many orphaned CIs that have no relationships do we have? But you can put in the hands of the service owners, again, the ability to see for my services, where are their issues, right? So here is, for my services, I can see how many, configuration items haven't been updated in a year. So I need to see, what's the issue there. Or ones with specific data quality issues like, missing the serial numbers or missing, the model. Who is responsible for it, right? Some of these things are not discoverable by automated discovery. And so you're going to need humans to be able to supplement that information, and this real-time dashboard is directing them to be able to drill through, get information, and take action on those issues themselves. Thank you for joining us on this tour of just a few of the many, many ways that mature IT security really relies on analytics, reporting, both real-time and trended, in order to have a really mature process that's taking advantage of all the data and all of the work that's been done and really unleashing it to have an efficient and effective security process. Thank you. For more information, you can try looking at the Explore Analytics wiki, or you can sign up for a free 30-day trial of the solution and try these reports out yourself.